It is awfully hard work doing nothing. Oscar Wilde. Work gives me opportunity to express myself, opportunity to integrate into the society, self-confidence and independence, skills, experience and belief in myself. Work helps me feel a full member of society. There was a time when these people were doing nothing. They were condemned to the hardest work, doing nothing. Working is the fundamental need of every person. To create job opportunities for every person is society's duty. I became disabled from a disease 7 years ago. I first had difficulties facing my disability, but later I had to look the truth in the eyes and decided to work and live despite everything. With such an important mission, the project People with Disabilities in Armenia as a Promising Workforce project launched in Armenia. It is funded by the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs and implemented by Human Dignity and Peace Charity Foundation, Activa International Foundation, Ministry of Labor and Social Issues of the Republic of Armenia, State Employment Service Agency, Republican Union of Employers and a number of Dutch partners, Adaptability, Bartimeus, Workability Europe. The project covered 2 regions of Armenia, town of Hrazdan and Erebuni Nubarashen district in Yerevan. Despite my situation, I had a wish to work. For this reason, I went to Hrazdan Employment Office. After some time, they offered me a job. I was extremely happy, but there were some obstacles which hindered me to start working immediately. These obstacles were absence of platform and security cameras at the workplace. The major goal of the project was to facilitate the inclusion of disabled people in labor market. Any activity directed to this goal was accomplished to the benefit of a human. HDP Foundation helped me in this matter, providing security cameras within Matra project. The cameras were needed because I work as a cashier and controller. So, with the help of cameras, I watched the situation in the whole building. HDP also gave me an anti-ulcer hassock for individual use, which is very important for a disabled person in a wheelchair. Together with my employer, they built a platform to facilitate my entry into the shop. The project included a big number of beneficiaries, provided tangible results. The number of direct project beneficiaries was around 300 people. about 2,000 people raised their awareness in terms of disability area. This was due to professional project management, flexible activity coordination, and productive cooperation between all partners of the project. Guarantee of success was the following idea: any person can do something and can do it better than he or she can imagine. From the very beginning of the project, it was clear. Strengthening the person's capacities was one aspect of the work, but another important aspect was identifying and evaluating those capacities. It was evident that first it was necessary to identify, then to evaluate, and only afterwards to build capacities in order to succeed. In this aspect, investment of the Dutch mass test model designed a general mission of the project. This tool has become a part of employment centers' everyday work in Hrazdan and Erebuni, Nubarashe. The experience conveyed by the Dutch experts is highly appreciated and valuable. Also, opportunities were given to study the model abroad. The experts trained the Armenian employment specialists, enabling them to organize the employment center's work more efficiently. With application of mass tests, working capacities of disabled beneficiaries are evaluated.
In Yerevan and Hrazdan, about 150 people are tested. 60 of the people with disabilities are coached into work. You see an increasing number of people with disabilities coming to the employment centers. As well, there is an increasing number of employers who are in close contact now with the employment centers.
Raising awareness among employers and people with disabilities, improving database of working age disabled, and providing physical accessibility open the door to success. A number of serious achievements was ensured within the project. Providing all quantitative indicators, we still consider their qualitative side more important. That is, actual results of the project will be continuously used and developed with the help of public support. In order to have comprehensive information on people with disabilities and to coach them to labor market, some changes have been made in GORT's database. Particularly, some fields on mass test results, coaching, vocational trainings, job placements have been added. And all 51 employment centers of Armenia use this new tool. I would also like to mention that a direct link has been built to PUNIC database, the country's registry of people with disabilities. This enables employment centers to use the individual rehabilitation plan of their beneficiary. Respectively, more than 1,000 copies of brochures were printed for people with disabilities and employers. In addition, 1,000 copies of 2 brochures of success stories were printed. They are "I'm working and what about you?" and "Jobs for unemployed, promising workforce for employers." They introduce life stories of people who were employed and integrated into the society. The Ministry of Labour and Social Issues supported publication of those brochures in braille printing. To provide physical accessibility to employment offices and colleges, steep platforms and water closets were constructed or adjusted for people with disabilities. Besides, 2 adjusted minibuses were imported to Armenia from the Netherlands. They will be used both for Hrazdan and Erebuni disabled beneficiaries, as well as a wider range of disabled if necessary. The activities mentioned were highlighted in mass media. During the 3 years, 100 people with disabilities were involved in vocational trainings. Some of them were trained on work readiness and life skills by HDP experts. 30 people were involved in trainings supported by state. And for 20 beneficiaries, vocational trainings on cooking and handicrafts were co-financed by HDP and State Employment Service Agency. In addition to these activities, individual woodworking classes and arts exhibitions were organized. I would like to point out that this year my paintings were first time ever exhibited. I was dreaming of this moment almost all my life. HDP Foundation helped me to realize my dream, for which I am deeply touched and grateful. This was the biggest event in my life. Within this project, HDP gave me very valuable instruments and tools. It means I have not only wood carving knowledge and skills, but the ground to earn my living and survive in life. There are no secrets, it is only one more opportunity for persons with disabilities. Another guarantee of success was flexible project coordination. Any project, initiative or work is a success if the abilities are assessed correctly, risks are calculated and, respectively, the aim is defined. From this aspect, the project is a big success. The actual proof of this is 63 employed people with disabilities. This result was gained because preparation activities, trainings, coaching and workplace adjustments were implemented. This is a very good result both from general and individual points of view, because it gives the individual a possibility to develop his or her personality and professional skills to the benefit of country's economy. Another important activity for capacity building was trainings for 51 people with disabilities on work readiness and life skills.
Each person with a disability is a hidden treasure, the most expensive capital of the world. Not using this capital means that you are sentencing people to idleness and needlessness. Using this capital means better chances for profit, and you give a platform to people to have chances for work. It also shows up that you take your social responsibility for this group of people.